Hi, Caelan. So obviously England last year, how much did that hurt?
Yeah, massively. It's always the ultimate test coming up against these guys. There's a rich history and a massive rivalry there over the last number of years. And there's obviously, we'd had a pretty good run, fourth round going in over there. And there's a lot of belief. We also respected them massively and knew that there was a big performance brewing from them. They obviously hadn't gone so well at that point, but you look back 6 months prior to that and they're in a World Cup final. So it's similar now in that they've been on the wrong side of some of the results in autumn, but we have massive respect for them as a team and for the quality in their squad. So it's going to be a big battle for us again tomorrow.
Obviously, in a big day for Sam Prendergast as well. Why is his time now?
I think he's shown his quality, first of all, at 20s. Some of the stuff he was capable of doing back then was caught the eye, definitely. And he's probably had quite a big reputation from that, but he's carried through and shown his quality at URC level, at European level, and again, an international level in autumn. So, it's been a good ride for him, and he's a very confident guy and loves controlling the forwards, loves playing what's in front of him. So, there's a lot of faith in him as well. Yeah.
And finally, for me, how different has Simon been to Andy this week ahead of the Six Nations?
He's been great. We've got somewhat of a consistent framework when we come back into camp. We've had a few of these sort of 12-day lead-ins, so there's a lot of detail you got to get covered, and the coaches have a very good framework in which they deliver that. He's put his own touches on it at times, and he's been very good.
And I'm going to just ask you about the occasion to start with the big bang, really, I suppose, the home game and against England as well. How excited are you for that? Yeah,
big time. We only have 2 home games this year, starting off the campaign here at home against England. Doesn't get much better or bigger than this. I would have spoken to a couple of you last week, and for me growing up, the Six Nations was always a big thing, and I remember the games against England in particular, so to be involved in one is very exciting, and yeah, we're all relishing the opportunity.
For you personally to captain the team on such a big occasion, what does that mean to you?
It's very special. It's class. I love being a part of this group. I've loved it for the last 5 years, and every time I come back into camp, there's excitement there, and of course there's extra responsibilities now in the leadership role, but I love it.
What do you expect from England? I mean, they look to come here and spoil the atmosphere, wouldn't they?
Big time. They're always very abrasive, confrontational, strong set piece, very good line out maul. I think they probably maul more than most teams and are very good at it. Scrum wise, the same. I think last year over there is probably their collision dominance was one of the big things, and very good at kind of eking out a few yards post contact. Ben Earl was obviously at the top of his game on that day in particular, and has been for the last couple of years. As are the 2 Currys. So from a back row point of view, it's going to be a fun one.
Thanks, Stephen and Nick.
What would it mean to lead this team to a third Six Nations title in a row and be the first country to do that?
It'd be incredibly special. It's hard to kind of cast our mind forward to that, given how big a game this is starting up. You don't want to get ahead of ourselves, definitely, but we also realise that getting this weekend right is a crucial step if we want to go and do something special like that. But it's also within the environment, it's very much kind of process driven, and a belief that if we get our stuff right and play to our potential, good things will follow off the back of that. So it's not looking forward too much.
Thanks. Nick?
How far are you of that potential, Caelan? What kind of challenges are you setting yourself as a group? Are there obvious areas where you can improve?
Yeah, I suppose the obvious ones from autumn are discipline. We had pretty high penalty counts throughout our games, certainly much higher than the 2023 Six Nations and 2024 as well. Our line out has traditionally been a strong point for us. It probably wasn't quite at the percentages that we'd expect, so trying to get that back up there, line out D as well. And then some of our attack and breakdown stuff as well. So I've mentioned basically the whole game there, but there is that feeling that there's growth across the board from individuals, from us as a collective across the board, and that's the exciting thing for us.
Thank you, Cameron.
Any special messages from Ballard this week, Caelan?
The Mayo man always asking those questions. Yeah, well, like I was back over Christmas. Every time I'm back, I always massively appreciate the support and feel the support when I'm up here from them. I have a few lads in Ballina coming up tomorrow for the game. They've been a good luck charm with a few of them so far, so hoping for that again.
We were talking to Josh out in Portugal, and he's talked about how now he's starting to enjoy the moment and not be totally raw and focused going out onto the pitch. As a captain, are you allowed to do that? Do you allow yourself that space, or are you totally in the zone once you're going out onto the pitch?
I think prior to being captain, I would have gotten to that space, and then with the new responsibilities, probably took a little bit of a backward step. But trying to get back there, trying to take trust in the work I've done and we've done as a team during the week, and enjoying, like, it's a special run up. We only, like I said, only 2 home games. Special being together at home with tomorrow to look forward to. So I think there's probably naturally going to be a bit of nerves and anxiety, but not letting it get in the way.
Thanks. Ruth?
How big a difference does home advantage make, particularly in this fixture when there is such a big rivalry there?
I think it does make a difference. We love playing here. We've obviously had a pretty good record here over the last number of years, and we want to kind of make it a fortress and give the crowd something to cheer for, and this sort of dynamic involvement of the crowd and us, and how it can be mutually beneficial. Us playing well gets them involved and vice versa. So it makes a big difference for us.